We are going to be doing some really cool pattern projects from home today for art. This is really more about dimension and creating a pattern that shows depth. All you're going to need is a piece of paper. You're going to need a Sharpie or some type of marker, any color you want, and that's it. First thing that you're going to do is you are going to find a center point on your paper. I've turned my paper landscape, so sideways, and my center point is right here. So I'm just making a little dot. And from there, I am going to create 8 wiggly lines. Now, not super wiggly like Top Ramen or things of that nature, but like a slight wiggle. So let me show you. A slight wiggle, just like that. So kind of curvy, but not super tight when it comes to the zigzagging back and forth. So again, 8 lines on your paper. And take your time. This does not have to be perfect. They don't have to be identical, but you're breaking up your paper into 8 sections. If you need to, you can do this in a pencil prior, however you feel comfortable. But the idea is just to kind of let loose and have some fun here. Like I said, it's not about being perfect. The dimension will take over any imperfections. Okay. So we're going to put that off to the side. What I want you to do is grab a blank piece of paper, like a scrap piece of paper, and I want you to practice something. We're going to be making motions that are very simple. It's a half circle, so like an arch. The key here, though, is when you make your arch, okay, you don't want to lift your pen like I just did. You're going to want to keep your pen on the paper. So you'll make your first arch, and then you're going to go back up and over around. So you'll see my arch connected. There's no white space from where I started. Okay, you want to keep that going as you start building your arches up and above. Okay, so again, you're not taking your pencil or your marker off the paper. You are just going all the way back down along the sides. So you're starting to see that the sides are building a thicker like barrier or wall, line, whatever you want to call it, as you're making your way up on the arches. Okay, if you lift your pen, no problem, just put it back into that line we were talking about. And it's really important that you're creating this thickness right here, because that's what's really going to show your depth or your dimension when it comes to this pattern. So go ahead, please feel free, practice as many times as you might need to, but this is what we're going to incorporate into our swirls on this other paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this pattern we just drew and we're going to put it in each one of these segments. So let's go ahead. We'll start. And you're just going to follow the shape of the swiggle that you made. Okay, so it starts off small and they'll get bigger. So can everyone see you're starting to create those dark lines along the edge? Okay, and if ever you need to take a break, take that break. But you're just going to be making these arches, these half circles, all the way through. And as you come to the edge of the paper, just continue on like there would be paper there. So it shows that the arches are still going. And then I like to come back in and just kind of clean up the dark lines that I created after I finished. Okay, so it almost looks like a twister. So we're going to keep doing that with all of our others.